Hey guys, Doc from 7th Hour Films back again with Breaking Bad. Last time on Breaking Bad, we had Problem Dog. Speaking of dogs, not a problem though. He's just getting adjusted on his bed, so yeah. I have to sneeze. Ooh, okay. Whew. Oh, I'm glad that actually worked. Okay, so, right. Problem Dog, the title came from Jesse went back to a meeting and sort of confessed that he was there to sell meth to all the people there. And he was like, why can't we be judged? Maybe we should be judged. Meanwhile, Walt strikes back by putting Skyler in a tough spot with her money laundering operation. Oh, that's right. So they had to return Junior's car, and then they started doing the money laundering, and Walt was like, I make $7 billion, not billion, million. Well, maybe it was, I don't remember. It was, he makes a lot. Way more than the car wash can actually make, so might be a little tricky to launder the money. We had a meeting between the cartel, or the cartel's representative, I have to sneeze again, and Gus, and they were like, hey, you know what we want, yes or no? And we don't really know if Gus answered yes or no. And we technically don't know what the cartel wants, but we can make some assumptions technically, so there's that. Meanwhile, Hank is on the case, and he's kind of got everything pointed to Gus as connected to Gale and to the blue meth and to Heisenberg and everything, so who knows, maybe something. And he did take this to the chief and Gomez, and at first they didn't really believe him, but he did come back with some decent evidence. I don't really remember what it was, but he came back with evidence like, oh, well, I know this sounds far-fetched, but let me tell you this, So, fuck, I don't remember what it was, though. But it was something, and it was cool. And he had this whole, monologue talking about, how everything can connect back to Gus. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. So we should go ahead and see what's going to be happening on episode 8 here. I'm very excited to see where we're going. It's like, I feel like we've really built up a whole lot of stuff. We're not even to the finale yet, so I think these will be an intense couple episodes. So let's go ahead and get started on this episode of Breaking Bad. Here we go.
They continued to press me for my permission to kill Walter White. When I wouldn't give it, they settled instead for DEA agent Schrader.
Yeah.
But
They settled on that.
But yesterday, the federales raided his hacienda, and in the confusion, Juan was shot dead. An accident, perhaps. A mistake made by his own men. This is what comes of blood for blood, Hector.
Oh, shit.
Sangre por sangre.
Oh, fuck. Well, bye. Damn, he didn't even ring his damn bell. Interesting. What was that last shot there?
I've been living with cancer for the better part of a year. Right from the start, it's a death sentence. That's what they keep telling me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? Every life comes with a death sentence. So every
It's true.
few months I come here, I'm gonna hear some bad news. But until then,
Fuck it.
who's in charge? Me. That's how I live my life.
That's only slightly uplifting, man.
Sir, your fingerprints were found at a crime scene.
Really?
That was it.
That's surprising. Gale Bedeker's apartment.
Oh. This is a good strategy. He's playing into it. I can already tell.
So you...
I was at a fundraiser at Presbyterian Hospital. I was there from 7 to about 10.
Right. He didn't do it.
Anyone else?
Sorry, yeah, just one other thing.
Yeah.
Is Gustavo Fring your real name?
Is it my real name? General Pinochet's government was guilty of a great many sins. First and foremost were its human rights abuses. But it was also notoriously unreliable at keeping records.
Wow.
I'm sure if you keep digging, you'll find me.
He's even got an answer for that.
He reads this and he doesn't make a phone call? Doesn't call you or one of his other cop friends to share his connection with the case or ask about the investigation?
We can't predicate a criminal investigation on a person not making phone calls.
It's true, but
What do you think, Tim?
Well,
it's stuff you have to keep in mind.
So how's he doing?
Jesse? He's good.
Yeah.
He's busy.
Yeah. He's keeping busy and it's keeping him clean.
Hey, look, I don't mind dropping checks off every week like Ed McMahon, but if you really want to know how they're doing, why don't you go see for yourself?
I'll catch you later.
Hey, you gonna need a ride home?
No.
Ree's working tomorrow, and there's this gem and mineral show that's opening at the fairgrounds. I was wondering if you could maybe give me a lift.
Yeah.
Sure. He probably
Had
still
a
can't
collection
drive
of my
yet.
own back in high school.
I did have one piece of morganite that was very special.
He's into
It had
it.
been heat treated.
They're not
So it
here
had that
for
classic cast
that,
to
are
it.
they?
That
Hank, where are we going?
Los Pollos.
You hungry?
we're not here for the chicken.
Oh shit.
Till the end. Oh, yeah, probably not. On these guys, you get, like a dunce to pull the trigger, right? But his fingerprints being there was enough for us to bring him in. So
you brought him into the police.
right. He
Right.
sits down to talk with us.
He's freaking the fuck out right now.
Ask him. What,
See that Volvo station wagon over there?
Yeah.
It's a 10-year-old Volvo. It's brilliant. Anyway, listen. What I need for you to do is stick this on it.
A tracker?
Trust me, it's our little secret. It's easy.
Mike. That's Mike.
Here's what you do. I mean, this is really important. I mean, Jesus, just you make me beg you? Come on, just stick it in there.
But they know. If they know, then it's not the worst thing in the world.
Just act normal.
Just, walk casually. There he goes to do the shoe. And the shoe. And then he goes in. You gotta go in so that it's more convincing.
May I help you?
It's a great question.
I didn't do it. See, I didn't do it.
But
Good.
do it. May I help you with your order?
Do it. Yeah. Make it look convincing, man. I love because he keeps up the persona. Just do it.
But if something were to happen to Hank, then that would only draw their attention to you, and therefore
Yeah, he's trying to
me
save
as
Hank.
well. Did you hear what I just said?
He
My
doesn't-
brother-in-law is on to Gus.
Yeah, I got it. Your brother-in-law. Okay, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Would he care if Gus killed him?
Plus douchebag to a minus douchebag, and you get like 0 douchebags.
What?
I've got some math for you. Hank catching Gus equals Hank catching us. Hank is...
True.
He's relentless.
Oh, that's his phone? Meeting is off. Something came up. Boss is busy.
Anything important?
Does he know Jesse's lying to him? If he knows that, then he's kind of alone.
Seems to me the bigger problem's the cartel. And we can handle them if that's all we've got on our plate. But dealing with both Schrader and the Mexicans at the same time? If he happens to be watching and they make a move, it could be the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Gustavo, siéntate, me estás poniendo nervioso. Un buen plan. Confía en ti mismo. Todo va a salir bien.
Oh, young Gus. That's actually him, isn't it? Like they de-aged him.
Así que los pollos hermanos.
Ellos regresan no solamente con el pollo, sino regresan endrogados.
Con todo respeto, don Eladio, yo no sobrevení. Les di muestras.
Samples. Okay.
No encontramos otra manera de llamarle la atención. Es que queremos trabajar con usted, don Eladio.
Okay.
Ya sé todo lo de la metanfetamina. Se conoce. Eso es la cocaína para los pobres.
Poor man's cocaine, damn.
Más bien los...
Es cristalizada, como vidrio. Es más pura. La quiralidad de la molécula es diferente. Su misma estructura es diferente. El efecto narcótico es mucho más potente.
Don Eladio, este producto, usted no es más que un intermediario por los colombianos. Le dan un porcentaje por cruzar el contrabando por la frontera.
Okay.
Pero la mayor parte de las ganancias es para ellos. A pesar de que usted...
Le podemos mostrar cómo fabricarla, aquí mismo en México.
Y usted se queda con todas las ganancias.
Interesting.
Por la mínima inversión de capital, podemos montar un laboratorio para usted y entrenar a su gente para producir metanfetamina de alta
Basically
calidad.
what Gus has now.
Fantástico.
They'd be in-house cooks. Or he would.
Yo quiero que me digas una cosa. Si
Okay.
tú eres el cocinero,
You're the
¿para
cook.
qué lo necesito a él?
Why him?
Solamente deje que su corazón lo perdone por este pequeño error. Por favor. Él es mi compañero, sí. Yo lo necesito. Él es mi compañero. Por favor, se lo juro.
What the fuck? Did,
Míralo. Tú le hiciste eso.
What the f...
Ahora.
Oh.
Ya no estás en Chile.
Huh. Damn.
Quédate con los pollos. ¿Ah?
Huh. Damn. So honestly, they tried to do what Walt does now. Now look at where he is. Yeah, look at where the two of you are now. Oh.
Maybe next time.
Damn. Woo. Oh my gosh, wow. Oh my gosh. Origin story, man. Origin story. That was insane. Oh man, oh man. You know, I will admit I wasn't talking much during that scene, but I was trying to absorb it all, you know? How long was that scene? About 10 minutes. That was about a 10-minute scene. Goodness. Okay, so this is Gus's origins, and that's why it's Los Pollos Hermanos. It was two of them. Because I was, as we were watching that scene, I was sitting here thinking, like, this guy's not around. It's only Gus. So I guess basically after this, Gus goes to America, and that's when he creates his empire and becomes competition to the cartel, And everything, but it seems like a conflict has escalated basically since Heisenberg, honestly. And Darby wants in. Hold up. Alrighty. So, I guess the conflict between Gus and the cartel, that's kind of only come up since the death of Tuco, which wasn't even involved with Gus. It only involves Gus now because he hired Walt and Jesse, So it's interesting, like, they don't show you, like, they show you the origin, but you basically have to infer everything else, Like, I don't know, I don't know. Maybe I might go back. Let me go back to when he first goes to Hector. Let me make sure I catch what he's saying. Is this just what he does every day?
Hello, Hector. The cartel has given me its ultimatum, to which I've said no. DEA agent Schrader, he's a concern. He's looking into my past.
And that's when it goes into the scene. So he talks about... Oh, shit. I'm slightly trying to decipher why this scene is in this episode. And y'all can help me out in the comments, after... once I try to work it out here in the discussion itself. But, he talks about, it's like, what? Okay, what I'm trying to figure out, basically, is why is this being brought up now within the show and within the story itself? So I'm basically trying to figure out, like, it does show Gus's origin. It doesn't show how he gained the empire that he did in America, but it showed his origin, And he does say, Agent Schrader is looking into my past. But then he says, is today the day, Hector? So that's when it goes into the scene, which is very interesting, So maybe I guess I could look at the ending as well.
Look at me, Hector. Look at me. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. I mean, it makes it clear why. Now, it's interesting he would later go on to have, honestly, decent relations with the cartel, you know? Which, to be fair, he sort of became what the cartel was, you know? Like, you can kind of infer, because he says, you know, you're basically just the middlemen here, you know? You are getting all this, you know, stuff from Colombia, and then you're distributing it. And the people that are actually making the money are the Colombians. He sort of had that for a while. Where he was dealing with the cartel. He was getting the drugs from them, and then he was distributing it throughout America. But now the difference is, you know, relations got strained, obviously. But then also we have Gus bringing in his own in-house cook, you know, because he has Heisenberg, he has Walton Jesse, which it sounds like the two of them, Gus and whatever the hell his name was, I don't even know if they might have said it, but I don't remember. Maybe it'll like catch in the subtitles.
Estudié en la Universidad de Santiago de Chile, don Eladio. Si Gustavo, él pagó por mi educación. Ah, sí. Tengo 2 licenciaturas, una de bioquímica y otra en ingeniería química. Por la mínima inversión de capital, podemos montar un laboratorio para usted y entrenar a su gente para producir metanfetamina de alta calidad en grandes cantidades. Fantástico.
No quiero que te digas una cosa. Tú eres el cocinero. ¿Para qué lo necesito él?
Señor.
Tú, businessman. ¿Por qué tengo que hacer negocio con un hombre que me falta respeto?
Okay, it doesn't say his name, so I'm going to quickly go to IMDb and look up the episode. Do I not? Okay. Hold up. One sec. This is going to take me a second to get to Breaking Bad. I'm just going to look at the episode. Ah, dang it. Nope. I can't fucking type to save my life today. Prison Break. Breakpoint Break. Breaking Bad. There it is. Goodness. Alright, episode. We are on season 4. Hermanos. What the hell was his name? Son of a bitch, they do have his name here, don't they? Okay. Was it just Max? I think it was Max. It was Max. Okay, it was just Max. Great. Well, alright, fine. Well, whatever, that's fine. Max, that's his name. Alright. Nothing crazy or anything. Okay, so Max. So... Shit, what was I saying? Okay, so... That's right. So, Gus and Max were basically going to be... They were basically going to be the Heisenberg of the cartel in Mexico, which is interesting. And the phone's ringing. Sorry. Anyway. The phone's been ringing a lot lately. People need to shut the fuck up. No one needs to be calling me. So, it basically seems like they were going to be the Heisenberg of the cartel, But the way they went about getting in contact with the cartel pissed them off, and they were like, no, we're not doing this. So now, after the death of Max, Gus basically goes to... They say he emigrates to America, and then to the United States, and then he builds his own empire, basically. He builds his own. He does do dealings with the cartel, but now he has actually become more successful, especially now that he has his own in-house cook, you know? And now he's trying to cut all ties with the cartel, you know? And with them, you know, giving their ultimatum, he's not going to listen. He's not going to take that. So no matter what it is, he's not going to take it from them, which is interesting, you know? And now, you know, he can go to Hector and just start, you know, just being like, yeah, well, fuck you. I never needed your shit. So look at where I am now, you know? So and it is interesting because, you know, I was kind of wondering, like, okay, are they maybe mad because of how they got into contact, and they waited a while before they brought that up. So I was kind of wondering, like, okay, are they mad? Are they not? I don't know. But then I was like, well, wait, we already know that, you know, Gus is alive and he does well. So, but that doesn't honestly tell you anything, you know, because what they also don't show in, you know, the present day is Max. Max is not there. So it leaves you kind of hanging, like, okay, what's going on with Max? Like, is he going to be killed here? Like, how does this guy get out of the picture, basically, when we see Gus in the present day? So that's basically it, is that they were mad with him, so they killed Max and just completely rejected his deal. And now basically it's started from the bottom. Now I'm, you know, 10 leagues above you all, basically, because Gus is now, I don't know, maybe more powerful. I mean, he is dealing with them a lot, because I'm pretty sure the third guy, not the Don, not Hector, but the other guy, I'm pretty sure that was the cartel guy that was killed, who Gus already mentioned, you know, in the first conversation with Hector. So, you know, he's out of the picture. Hector's out of the picture. And the cartel has also lost, you know, Tuco and the brothers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like, I wonder if the Don is still alive, maybe. And I just call him the Don because I don't remember what his name was. So we're just going with Don, you know? We're just going to go with the title, So yeah, it's an interesting scene to put in. Again, I can't fully say, like, why exactly they put it in this episode. You know, it does show Gus's origins, you know, and it does let you infer a lot of things about his life, but right here, and I guess it's mainly because, you know, they bring up that Hank is looking into Gus's past, you know. So yeah, but hey, it was still an amazing scene, you know. We can go ahead and hop into the other notes here. The first thing I wrote down is death sentence. That was kind of interesting with Walt talking about cancer and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, don't ever say that you've lost control. Like, stay in control of everything, you know? Like, even though, yeah, he has cancer, he has stayed in control. Whether that's good or bad is debatable, judging on the events of this show, but he has stayed in control." And, you know, he says, like, any day now, I'm going to go in and they're going to tell me that something's wrong. Until then, fuck it. I'm doing everything I can, basically, you know? Carpe diem, which is also what Saul says to Brock. So yeah, we also had the conversation where Gus was brought in to talk about Gale to the DEA and the detective there, which was pretty interesting. And, you know, like Hank says, you know, he had an answer for everything, which was pretty cool. You It's like, now it does. I mean, it does still sound suspicious. Like, oh well, just a few weeks before this guy is murdered, why, he suddenly wants to reconnect and ask for money. It does seem a bit odd. Like, I understand where Hank's suspicion is coming from, but you also understand that the others wouldn't be suspicious now. That there's any involvement here. So yeah, like, so there's a lot of that stuff where it's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of that stuff where it's like, yeah, you can understand why Hank is still suspicious, but you can also understand why he probably shouldn't be suspicious, which I suppose you could honestly say that this is similar to when he was hunting Jesse, when he would go to all these lengths to hunt down Jesse, and it's sort of, and it resulted in him assaulting Jesse, So that's the thing. Like, you could sort of say that's Hank's obsessive nature sort of taking over again, Oh, that's right. I wrote down name, so that was also part of the conversation of, it's like, oh, is Gustavo Fring your real name? Because there are no records in Chile about you. Like, there's no records at all. And he does have the answer for that. It's like, oh, well, their records, aren't very good, so it's possible that you can, it's possible you will find me in there, But even Mike says, like, look, I can't find you. So if I can't find you, Schrader's not going to find anything else, Now, the way he said that, it's not, they don't really know, like, is that, is that good or bad if Hank were to find anything? Like, because we don't know anything about their time, Gus and Max in Chile. We just now know their first dealings with the cartel, So, yeah. Let's see. I wrote down Jesse and checks. So we did see Saul delivering the latest check to Andrea and Brock, which was pretty interesting, and being like, look, if you want to really know how they are, why don't you go talk to them? I would imagine it's, maybe Jesse feels some guilt over, the brother. Maybe, I don't know, or at the, well, yeah, I would imagine it's something like that, which is why he doesn't want to go face them, But it is nice to see that they are living it up, they are doing well. I like she even says, like, oh yeah, $1,200 a month for this place, and she was like, it seemed like the best deal, and Saul was like, yeah, this is the best deal, good job, I did like that. We had the tracker, which was crazy, which, I knew that, like, they wouldn't, like, oh, they'd kill Walt or something, like, they would punish Walt for placing the tracker. They would want him to keep up the appearance and stuff. But that was really interesting when, Hank's like, oh, put this tracker on there. I was like, and then, you see Mike just roll up next to them, like, oh, yeah, they know. And I like that, when he goes in, he talks to Gus, and it's like, I didn't do it. And it's like, good, do it. It's like, because he has to keep up the, Mr. Fring at, the chicken joint appearance there. So that was really, really cool. I thought that was funny. And he did put in the tracker, but now Hank is actually becoming a problem, so they might have to deal with that, which kind of sucks. So I don't know. This is another problem which we kind of already had that with the cartel going after Hank, but it'll be interesting to see how they do it this time, Because now this is Gus, and this is a problem between Gus and Hank instead of, the cartel, and maybe Gus could get involved, although Gus was the one that turned them to Hank instead of Walt, so yeah. And I wrote down the perfect storm, which was interesting. Mike saying, like, yeah, while Hank doesn't have a case right now, he's going rogue basically with the tracker and everything. He does say that, if if he's watching while something happens with the cartel, that could be the perfect storm to take Gus down, you know? So they do need to be careful. It's like, and you know, he even says, you know, even though he's rogue and, you know, he's working on his own and he really doesn't have any evidence, dealing with both Hank and the cartel is tricky. So I like that they point that out. And then the last things I wrote down were Gus's origins, with the origins of Los Pollos Hermanos, which was really, really interesting. You know, I really did enjoy that. And it does, you know, it does allow you to infer a lot of things about, you know, what happened between that moment and the present day Gus, you know, and how you can also see him sort of like maybe correct some mistakes where it's like, okay, well, you know, he brings in his own in-house cook, but that caused, because of who it was, that also caused problems. Granted, he was originally going to have, I think he was originally going to have Gale as his in-house cook, which we kind of saw earlier on in the season, you know, where like he didn't want to do business with Walt, but he pretty much had to, you know, because he was the best, and you know, he was talked into it by Gale. So yeah, really, really great episode. I really enjoyed it. Another tense one, and I think we're really shaping up to a crazy finale, you know? Which, how many episodes do we have left? 5? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Yeah, that's 5. We got 5 episodes left of this season, which, I mean, that's still a lot. That's a lot of season to go through. But I think that's at least, you know, over a third. So I will be very curious to see what happens, you know, in these 5 episodes. So yeah, and then obviously what will happen in season 5. But that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Breaking Bad reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit the notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.